Well, I guess you don't get no free advertising, Dave Mustaine, because if I could have just played some Megadeth in my darkest hour, but you know that would just get the video banned, right? So muted, whatever, blah blah blah, jargon. Kind of like how you guys all call everything anyone does on the computer a hacker, and it's like, nah, even I'm not a hacker. Well, am I don't remember everything. Too much stuff to remember. Anyways, so just had an excellent day. Had to deal with some traffic and middle of the road doing circles and shit like that. So been a good day considering everything that happened. I guess I'm just saying it's been a good day, and I'm ignoring the 50% bullshit. And now that I said that, I was like, wait a minute, let's review the day. What actually happened? Like, oh yeah, it is a day in my life, man. I have no doubt why people run and shit. But so I went to the drum center place, guitar center, whatever, drum center now, right? And their bullshit wasn't working. They haven't had a drum tech, man. Maybe they want me to come be a drum tech. Or be the drum salesman. That's probably what they're trying. Dude, I'll sit there and play those drums all day. People come in and buy the drums, think the drums are what make it sound good. But yeah, I could definitely sell the highest products there. Maybe I should become a slave. That sounds about right. Let's go mine gold for everyone. In a world where everything is created for us to live on and live off of, and we care and maintain for it, and it cares and maintains for us. We're enslaved. This numbers game is used to enslave people. I was thinking I try to look at numbers. I'm the one who's good at math when I cared to try, right? I think you all would be too if you cared to try. I don't think you guys are dumber than me, just because school put me in advanced classes and I was to the side reading books when you guys couldn't say your ABCs yet. You had a life, dude. That's what it boils down to. You had a life, and I was being told, go to the library, go to the library, go to the library. So I go to the library, get 20 book bag of books. They'd be like, you really gonna read all that? Hell yeah, dude. Anyways, you guys know how to pave roads and take engines apart. I guess I'm pretty close to some of that shit. I guess I've studied a lot of shit. I probably am different, but I still see intelligence in most people. In the people you guys let control you, I see I don't see that. What they're talking about, they're kind of hosts or something in this world. I'm not sure. They're people ask about things that happen in the world, and it looks like it was created for certain reasons. Maybe the creator is asking himself, where did I come from? And so he starts doing what he can, and then he builds this universe, and it's all fucked up and shit, and he's like, oh, that explains who I am, something like that. I think I took that from Alex Jones, right? But I definitely no. I've said that about myself. I was damn, did I create this world? It's the chaos inside my head and shit. I feel so sad. I apologize, everyone. I try to make it a better place. guess I just don't understand this world. And I wasn't given a manual on it, and they didn't give me like the warning signs, like don't drop the toaster in the fucking shower and shit. Don't stick your finger in the fucking power outlet. Shit like that. A lot of the rules are like fake and broken too. Like they're not realistic. Like we have a control grid above us, right? Like there's like the real world, and then they have the control grid above us. And the control grid, we can at least prove that very exists with the media and the governments, shadow governments, shadow government. Because the people talking about the shadow government and Epstein are not like people I exposed like 8 years ago or anything. Of course not. Why would that? How would I be able to do that fucking 8 years ago? Besides the fact I keep saying they came into my life to fucking probably try to recruit me. And you know what? I said I'm working for you guys, so we're not going to play this game of me selling out. Like, I can't work for you guys if I sell out, right? That's their whole gig there, is all your leaders have sold out. They have people they care about, fucking really close to them and shit, who can like do mental damage to them. And it's like, there's nothing for me. Like, I've led them on Ghost Chase, talking about, ooh, where are my children and this shit. And it's like, dude, bitches tell me they have children all the time. And no, they actually don't. And I don't get with a lot of bitches. I guess I get with a lot of bitches, but I like attitude. Apparently, or it likes me. I think it likes me because I'm like so calm for the most part. And maybe those are the only people who can put up with that one split second in between the other 24 hours of the day where things go haywire. Or I guess those few different split seconds throughout the day, maybe sometimes. But fucking, yeah. Anyways, I think that this shit is Epstein, because they came after Epstein and shit. Fucking, you guys touched the untouchable, didn't you? You touched Epstein. You guys don't know anything about that, do you? No one. How does no one know? Like, I spent like 10 years on the internet. Am I in an echo chamber now? And there's nothing else there, right? It's just garbage in, garbage out. Well, that's kind of like what comes out of me, right? Just a bunch of dumbass shit. Crazy guy. He's weird. He talks about stuff, man. Fucking. Yeah, your guys' friends rat you out about what people say behind my back, as if I don't know. Like, I've been me my whole life, and until I got jacked, like, society tried to reject me as physical force as well. And now most of them think twice. The people who are very large and shit, probably the hardest people to take down, because you gotta break their fucking fingers and hands and toes and shit, and then the ankles, and then, I mean, they're probably disabled by the time you get the hands, but I don't know, maybe big people are really fucking easy to take down. I don't like to hurt people, so I don't really want to push that envelope. Dude, don't kill me, thanks. Dude, for real, what's up with people today? Just stopping in the middle of the street and shit. Fucking, anyways, sorry for the interruption, and sometimes I have to watch the road. Fucking, in fact, I always watch the road, This has been a public service announcement, watch the fucking road and shit. Don't text and drive, for real. Fucking, only so many times can you expect fucking the powers that be to save your ass from some dumbass shit that doesn't end up costing you a shit ton. But if you're like me, like car wreck, it's like a roller coaster ride, fucking, hit the fucking roller coaster. Surf's up, dude. But I think they came after America because we touched. They came after the world. You guys know the Samson option, right? Samson option is where they talk about nuking the world. One of the Mossad came out and said, you know, because they have to brag of everything they do. One of the Mossad came out and said, hey, we got the Samson option we've been working on. We're going to let off a nuke explosion in every city. If you guys ever fail to defend us. And you know what? Fail to defend Israel means you don't kill Epstein, one of the highest ranking military people probably in Israel. Yeah, no one's talking about that, really. I guess maybe on Alex Jones' show, the guy who corrected my wording of it, he talked to that before me, right? But I mean, I was like, you know, already aware to a large extent. I just didn't know the vernacular that makes it work. Like, I'm always getting reminded and shit by you guys in your hive mind how to make the best fucking arguments and shit. Thank you for that. Without everyone else, none of this would be possible. I mean, none of the order of fucking mass extermination, right? I don't mean to get angry with people. Fucking sometimes we make mistakes, fucking. But it doesn't help when there's a third party around either. See, these people aren't just what you guys see. He's in my best guess, we're looking at something you guys are told doesn't exist. You think it's a human, and I think it must be doing something that we are told humans don't do. And I also think the other people are doing this too. I'm not sure exactly the other groups besides Europeans. I haven't, you know, the Aryans or whatever they call that group now. They erase the name and change it every 7 years. Again, that cancel culture is like not new. It's as old as time. Like the second someone was born, like, you know, Cain wanted to fucking cancel someone's culture and shit. Fucking. So cancel culture is like old as dirt. It's been here forever, and hopefully we can get rid of this and enlighten people to be more well behaved during discussions and debates and understanding of other people. And I'm probably talking to myself when I say this shit, right? Because who else needs to learn it the most, right? That's how we change the world. We try to work on ourselves. As big as a piece of shit we might be, you know, we start to act, and the world around us changes a little bit. Resident parking only. Man, I hate this. I shouldn't use words like that. Fucking hate's a strong word. I really don't hate anything except for people playing games upon me and altering my life. But yeah. So, and like cancel culture is more than what they're just talking about. It involves like the Epstein shit. Like they're telling you Epstein's a pedophile. Epstein's not a pedophile. He's a sexual commando. He's a fucking military unit. He is like the CIA. He is probably Mossad, and if not, he plays the role of what a high-ranking Mossad agent wishes they could fucking play. The intelligence he gathers is the most important intelligence in this world, almost, except for understanding how the world works. Except for understanding how the world works, because we can defeat them. Because they do not know. And even if they knew, I don't think they'd know how to actually operate it in the very end. Because certain key functions seem to be missing. Like I said, some of these people at these events, when I approach them, it's like they're fucking, like, you know, old school calculators versus a new scientific calculator, and they're like, huh? Like, just looking stupid and shit. And, like, really, they don't seem to know anything. And some of these people don't seem to know who they are, which is like, I'm not sure if that's a game or not, because they wrote a book about that, so that could be a game. But they could just seriously be like an older model with less directives and shit, and, you know, less programming. And maybe that's why they can go so wild, is because that they have, like, you know, more open-end code or something. Like, you know, it could have been programmed like that, especially like at first. Like, if you're going to create AI or golems or fucking a dream, fucking, you might create different ones and shit with different purposes and shit. And I think at the end of the day, someone was asking me earlier, like why is Epstein and shit still around? Like, you know, like, people are always like, why would God allow this and shit? And it's like, well, it's part of the show. Fucking, I ask a lot of questions. Fucking, I got like several questions that are like really hard to answer. Like, is death real? Like, I've seen plants fall and burn and decay, rot, etc., 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 get nutrient burn, lack of nutrients, pH fucking changes in the soil and fucking locking out the nutrients, blah, 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 blah. Fucking, you know, I've seen that. I've seen plants die and shit. You know, I've seen the leaves fall. They don't really die. Trees are fucking kind of old, aren't they? They don't die when the leaves fall. So that was incorrect in saying that, but sometimes they die, they get burned down or something like that, maybe. Maybe the stump remains and it just regrows, right? The stump remains and it regrows. Kind of feels like what's going on this planet too. Because, like, maybe I chose a certain skill set when I came onto this world. And so I got advanced in those skill sets. But it could also be that I earned those skill sets in previous lives and shit. And many of you, I'm not sure what goes on inside any of you guys' minds, but sometimes when I talk to you, fucking, especially in 2020, people agree with shit. People are opening their eyes. They're talking about shit. And you gotta open your eyes fucking faster, because these people in control, who knows what they're up to. Like, at the end of the day, maybe it's just a fucking show and it's all safety netted. But I don't know. Other than that, this is bad. This is bad news. Like, the shit they got going on, it's all bad news. If you haven't figured that out, fucking, there's probably no fucking hope for you. If you haven't figured that out, you're probably, like, on their side. Like, in many cases, like, I drove by a sign that said, "We support science today," and it's like, and we support Black Lives Matter, and I'd be like, man, well, who's behind all that shit? Fucking, like, I don't even support science anymore. It's crazy bullshit. Ran by people like Epstein's pal, fucking Carl Sagan. I don't support the Nazis, ran by the same people. Fucking, I don't support the Antifa. I documented that's ran by the same people. Fucking, or very close to it. They often don't take the helmet position. They'll put someone like Martin Luther King in the front, and then they'll try to pull his strings from behind. Like that's the only, like, real thing that has me thinking anything about Trump or Barack was not, like, you know, names of. Like, I don't know if Trump's the name of, but Trump is of, most likely. And fucking, I think when you touch that third rail, I think you get shocked. I think you get shocked when you touch the third rail. I think they've been telling us that. And I think they've been killing everyone who talks about it. MLK, JFK, I bet MLK did. Like what they did to Nixon, fucking, I mean, pretty much everyone. They just chase him around and blackmail him. And like, they blackmail him like right there with the fucking media. And the FBI doesn't do shit probably because the FBI is ran by him too. I mean, I think this whole nation, like, is the real fucking Israel. I don't know, dude. I keep getting this weird feeling I have to say those words. Fucking, but, I mean, I did enough research. Like, I'm like, man, what's with all these supposed white people? Don't even look white. Tell me white people own America. And I look at it, I'm like, y'all ain't built this shit. Fucking, this is something else. Like, this is, the timeline doesn't support the fucking speed and progression of this nation. Yet this, and the speed and progression timeline would have to, like, also support several other anomalies, I think. But, you know, I'm just, I guess in the end, I'm not trying to get too far out there, but I think they bragged already. Like, people were being kicked out of Europe, and that's how USA got made. People weren't wanted in Spain, and they were getting shipped the fuck out of Spain, and that's how USA was made. And people fucking, you know, like, fucking almost think that's a good thing. But the main problem, the only real problem you can point out there is they're blaming, like, European people, basically. They're scapegoating white Europeans and shit. And it's like, you know, even the Irish were brought here as slaves, apparently, or some shit. And, I mean, like, it's like a fucking slave nation, and these people are taking credit for it when the other people are, like, running it. And it's like, how do you, like, become the scapegoat? Word directly from the Bible. It tells us how to take your evil deeds and put them on another living being and beat that goat. They put it on a goat and they, like, beat the goat and chase it out of town. That, you evil goat, why did you rape all those children? Why did you have all those children fucking rape all the world leaders and all the stars on TV? You evil goat, you. And you're like, get out of here, scapegoat. And the goat goes, oh, I'm dead, I'm bleeding to death. And then fucking, that's that. That's the end of your cremation of care. Get rid of your worries. Say, I forgive myself for everything I've done. I forgive myself for all my evil. That way I can move on and not do it again. And I forgive those who have done against me. And I hope that they have learned not to do that again. You know, I could see, you know, doing shit like that. But this whole, like, just being like, who cares? I fucked up. Like, yeah, whatever. Just do it. Fucking try it out. See if it works for you, right? Fucking, I try all their techniques and shit. Fucking, apparently it does work. I mean, it's got them to positions, and they've abused these positions. They were giving the grace of God to rule among people, and they've abused it. Similar to the USA, they have, even though, I mean, I'm just kind of just came off of saying I think it's the same people. You know, they've been, by the grace of the gods, they've been given control of almost all nations, but they want more and more. And I don't know about that being by the grace of God either, by the will of God, by the fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? By the, not the structure, by the fortitude of God. Fucking, you could just sit there and fucking take all that bullshit forever. Be like, okay, like, you know, whatever. But then people are getting pissed about the Epstein shit for real. Like, people don't like that shit. I've seen that, looking back at the past and shit, when people don't like that type of shit in our culture. Like other cultures like may accept that, but certain cultures among us don't really accept that. Like Jesus turned away from circumcision and shit. He didn't want, he didn't feel the penis needed to be mutilated. And maybe he was like looking at baby penis one day and he was like, man, you guys are fucking sick and shit playing with baby penis like that. And he said, no more. Because why would God command that? See, the Jewish law is all about the spirit of Judaism is opposing the modern Jewish trends. And that's what Jesus did. He went against them, went against the Pharisees and Sadducees, and their methods they used. Basically, they were probably enslaving people a lot worse back then. And without this technology and shit, like I've used the technology to fucking good methods or to good use. I put the fucking technology to good use. But it feels like it's all locked down now, and I don't know if it's of any value even. Shit, I can tell everything's altered. My other two devices don't go on the web anymore. They don't go on. It doesn't connect. It just like starts like mega glitching both of them. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. Fucking, maybe it just needs reformatted so I can erase all the fucking data on there or something, right? All the news of them, because everything's been censored on the web and shit. I mean, they've already encircled everyone. Like 2020 wasn't just COVID. They began like a strict shutdown on the internet, and at the same time they did that, they put Alex Jones out as a scapegoat or as a controlled opposition. I mean, we've already went over who the alt-right is. Alex Jones has deceit. How many groups now? The truthers, libertarians, the alt-right, the alt-light, fucking the Trumpers, conspiracy theorists, fucking, and probably killed fucking the dude before him. They probably killed the dude before him. But then again, he felt like controlled opposition. And I could see them like, actually just killing their own people so they never fucking talk and shit. But at the same time, to look in Jeffrey Epstein's eyes, I see he doesn't look like he's about to get killed in any of his pics. He looks like he's just like playing a game. Like, I'm going off on a fucking, maybe everyone dies and goes off on a fucking special private island. Really, they don't die, they go to like their own island in the mind's eye or something. Who knows? Who knows what exactly happens? I haven't experienced it yet. I don't think. No. I don't want to sound too tough or something. But I think they attacked America. Or they attacked the world because y'all touch untouchables. You hit the third rail and you hit it fucking wrong. You hit it so fucking wrong. You're like a railroad fucking cart, goes down those two fucking rails. Got to be almost perfectly, it's got to be like perfectly lined up, or goodbye fucking train. And like the FBI or the police, because they fucking went after Epstein for like not knowing who he is. The police just fucking hit that fucking third rail like from the side, and like a big fucking collapse, a big fucking catastrophe happened. And no one even knows this shit. And this is exactly fucking what it is. It's logic, okay? He was blackmailing world leaders. Everything else comes from the logical definition of why that is. Because we don't have to have his admission and shit that he was blackmailing people for certain reasons. He's not blackmailing people because he owes him fucking $2 for some Skittles he bought in like 1987 from them, right? Like, he's not blackmailing them for that. He's not blackmailing people. He's not having them rape fucking children and get it on camera because he's fucking, he lost $200 at the poker game, and he's like, man, I ain't gonna pay you shit. Look, I'll fucking talk about this shit if you don't pay the $200 back. He ain't like Trump there, who's like millions fucking hundreds of millions probably in debt to these people. Another form of blackmail would be financial blackmail. Fucking. But that's the exit for Trump. They have the exit set up. They have exits set up everywhere. And those exits, those people who are like smart enough to see through anything they do, fucking, man, those exits, they're gonna have fucking extra visitors there and shit. They're gonna be there for the exact same fucking reason they're there for every other shit. But especially at the exits. Kind of like Alex Jones, he's kind of like an exit gate. He's a gatekeeper. See, the exits, they're going to guard the exits. They have strict patterns. They have limited patterns. I don't know how strict they are. I guess I never analyzed that aspect of it. But definitely from communicating with them, they have limited patterns. Unless they just act that way. But I don't think it's an act. They are like all the leading actors in Hollywood, right? Because Weinstein? Is that why? Maybe not. Maybe there's something deeper going on. Maybe there's like a different species trying to mind control the humans. Maybe we're all different species. And maybe there's like some other species amongst us too. Maybe some of us are like totally foreign to this city, nation, planet, solar system, universe, the world itself. I guess when I said universe, I covered that up and I was backtracking, right? But, we don't know what's going on, but we do know that they're deceiving everyone. And we do know that they control all this shit. And we do know fucking that they use it for nefarious purposes. Whereas when a man becomes strong, he learns to contain himself. When you're too fucking strong, you have to learn to like back off from certain shit. Like I was cleaning my car door the other day, right? And like the whole fucking door sounded like it was like twisting and fucking about to rip apart. And it's like, so I was scrubbing really hard and shit to clean it. Like, I understand that I shouldn't like touch people hard. Like when I'm sparring people, I'm like tapping them and shit. And some people like they take that for advantage, and then I don't let them hit me, and I tire them out in 5 minutes and shit, something like that. Because I actually got like kind of reprimanded for escalating. Not really. He thought I was the aggressor, and then he came in and like got rough with me, and I'm like, no, dude, like I was escalating the situation. I was not the aggressor in the situation. I was just matching the fucking power and speed. Not even probably fucking. Maybe I'll start doing that soon. I gotta talk to the fucking people there and ask them, like, is this okay? Like, can I start being more aggressive with people who are aggressive with me? I don't want you to come over here and be like, stop being that way. Because it's like, if they're going to be aggressive, like, I can come. They're like, use 30% of your power. It's like, you don't want that, dude. Like, we're not trying to hurt each other here and shit. Fucking. Anyways, Epstein shit. I think that's what's going on. Like, I keep asking everyone else what they think's going on in 2020 because I want to hear your opinion. And if it's really going on everywhere else, like, kind of don't trust anyone anyways. I mean, look at all the media outlets out here. Like, they're all, like, protecting the bottom line. They're all protecting, like, who Epstein works for. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's the Arabs and shit. And, like, literally, they're saying, like, the Arabs are part of the New World Order now. And it's like, well, like, they showed me some shit that said Arabs are working with anti-Christians, and it's like, well, who are the Christians anyways? Jesus was supposedly Jewish, and fucking doesn't even have to be fucking whatever. It can be whatever, because it's like an ancient book we have no proof of and shit, and it's used for evil purposes in these days. It's used for fucking war. It's been used for war for a long time. And apparently Rome, which switched over to that, used the Greek religion to take over people and take over their minds. They would blend the religions, which would create a new sect of the Greekism. And now you are no longer a slave. You are a part of the empire, good sir. Yes, we had to kill your mom and dad because they were infidels. They were the devil. But you, of course, are going to join our side, right? Because you are not a devil. You are a good soul. May the Greek yogurt protect you. I think that they're coming after people. Who could have thought that, right? Are they coming after people to defend themselves? Why do I go out there and I don't fucking defend myself? You think I can? You think that's legal? You think I didn't? I learned that in like 98. I had one of these self-defense cases. It was a total charade, fucking scam setup. They're in control. All this media, government, lawyers, fucking judges. They put the cops through certain types of training. Fucking, I'm not sure you can actually subvert those cops and military people's minds. No, not all of them. Like, no, dude. A lot of those people, I think they're doing good. And they're just fucking meatheads doing whatever they're told, rather than thinking of protecting the Constitution, which is like how they, fucking whatever. I'm not gonna tick up for that shit. Fucking. Anyways, I think when the police made their move on Epstein, that was like war. Like, that's USA declaring war against Israel by taking down one of their main fucking intelligence operatives. Like, the main intelligence operative. Let's not bullshit. Like, let's not, like, mince words and use incorrect labels. But Epstein was the main intelligence operative of Israel. He had the most sensitive and important and weapon-capable fucking information. He had better than fucking nuclear warheads and shit. That was Epstein. Epstein was like fucking George Washington, basically. He's like George Washington for Israel. As if I wasn't questioning if the original George Washington wasn't. And I don't know, man. It doesn't look good. They control all this media and shit, and all the internet, and they control like fucking people's minds so hardcore. I don't even know how they do that. Fucking. Look, and then you brought in Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, hasn't anyone sat down and had the discussion? They're so scared of these people. They haven't sat down and had the discussion that we should stop arresting these people and shit. So you have like some fucking lone wolves in the FBI who are like good people probably, Or like, we're taking these fuckers down and shit. We don't care what anyone else says. They've probably seen their bosses and co-workers. Like, they probably have like information and files missing every now and then. And they're like, I'm getting old and senile. I thought I had an audio recording there. Like, what did I do with that audio recording? It's like, no, dude. The people beside you fucking took that audio recording. What happened to those files I had on my system? Damn, dude, I didn't save them. Like, nope. If you haven't figured out by now, just because you saved something doesn't mean they let you keep it. I've seen anomalies where I thought I was just paranoid, so I would write it off a lot, and I made a mistake here and there. I must have did this, must have did that. But that's not it. Fucking, like, we just declared war on these people and they control, like, everything. And, like, no one even is saying we declared war on them either. We took down their main intelligence operative, right? Or supposedly did, because he's the untouchable. No one's assassinated Netanyahu, have they? It's because he's untouchable. Jeffrey Epstein is probably more important than Netanyahu. Netanyahu's like a face. He just gotta sit up there and look stupid and laugh and smile. Like, literally, that's the president's job, apparently, is just to sit there and wave and smile and take bribes and live like a king. Fucking, I guess some of them might be doing something, but they're not really working. They're working like within a false system to promote this prison planet they've created. And again, one of the words they've taken to make sure they use in advance and shit. That way those words are already taken. They took that word a long time ago. Like, I think Clutch did the song Escape from the Prison Planet. Maybe before Alex Jones did. I don't know. Maybe that's where they got it from. But anyways, you're not just going to touch Epstein, right? You're not Epstein. You can't just go around touching everybody, right? Because you're not in Epstein's position of power. You go around and start touching people, you're going to get fucked up. And because this whole government's been working for these people, even the ones claiming they're exposing them, I mean, they're all going to turn on each other and shit. Like, of course they are. Like, they'll do anything. Fucking, but they're really not having to. Jeffrey Epstein's probably not suicided by or killed by anyone. His information was there to protect anyone from killing them. Like, that's why it exists. Like, that's the purpose of it. It's the purpose of running like this, the world's largest crime syndicate, blackmail arm. You know, you got the card dealer, you got the fucking guy selling drugs, you got the boss, you got the muscle, the henchman, you got the boss's personal security, you've got fucking, all those members. And Epstein was like the he was like the aide to the boss, as far as like intelligence goes, like where they call it, like maybe a bard or a scribe, or I don't even think it's scribe. Like, he's like the wizard. He's like the wizard of this shit. Like, to some extent, like Weinstein, I guess, is the one fucking putting on the TV shows and shit. But Epstein is really the one that makes it happen. He puts the spells on people to make them never talk and shit. He's like, this is a spell of silence, my friend. Remember that time you put your pee-pee in a 4-year-old boy's butt? That felt good, didn't it? But I'm sorry to tell you that we got that on tape. So now if you ever do anything, we know you have children, we know you have fucking, wives, we know you have extended family, and we know you like your life. So, and then people are like, okay. That was like pretty much Epstein's job. Whether he actually issued commands like that out to people, like, hey, like, go ahead and say something about me, see what happens. He doesn't look like that person who could do shit like that. So I don't think he did. He would cast the spells on people and get the things from them he wanted. And then he handed that over to larger... He would cast the spells on people to get things he wanted. Then he would hand that over to larger organizations. Well, I mean, there's not much larger than him. He just hands it over to, like, Netanyahu. He hands it over to, like, military intelligence and shit, which, I mean, in America, the president is the commander-in-chief. So, commander-in-chief, it would be Netanyahu in Israel. And he would take that information and be like, thanks, you did your job. You did your job. He wasn't fucking children. He was making other people fuck children. He was leading and tricking. I hate to say that because it kind of takes up for these people. Like, yeah, I don't think he had to trick Biden. Maybe they're drugging these people too. I have no doubt they're trying to drug people. I'm like immune to lots of shit. So, they've probably seen their shit work on me, but I just assume I'd be dead already if their shit worked on me. Because I have like zero fucking care for just dropping right in the neighborhood and saying, hey, what's up? Remember me from last week? Oh, you guys brought fucking assault rifles today. And yeah, you remember me, don't you? Brought fucking spellcasters and shit. You remember me? You fucking brought an arm of the military I'd never fucking seen before. Does the USA military also have fucking... They do. I've seen reports on that where they try to use people to use psychic powers and shit like that. Fucking spellcasters. That's weird. I've never even heard of that though. Like never even heard of like leaked reports of that shit happening. And I bet you it's because it happens maybe more frequently than that one fucking time they did it to me. And people have no idea that the spell's being cast on them because they're under the spell, which is the point of the spell. Fucking, that's how the TV and shit works, right? You're under the spell, you have no idea you're under the spell. But now you gotta go fucking get that new shit you just seen on TV. Fucking, apparently they say that happens. I get what the fuck I want, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully most of you guys do too. Fucking, the problem at hand, I don't think it's about COVID. I mean, there definitely might be a deadly disease they released. Look at Australia. And look, I've been saying for years now that, like, Australia is the backup for Israel. Like, they have logically, they have plans. They claim they're going to go live in Israel. But logically, they would have a backup plan, and logic dictates it would be Australia for so many reasons. So many reasons. Island is like a base, and then, as opposed to Israel, where they're completely surrounded by different ways they can be attacked. Fucking. But Brendan O'Connell talks about they put him in prison there, and they got everyone on lockdown there too now. Like, literally they're on like house arrest, and they were choking some girl out and shit. I mean, the mask already choking everyone out and fucking killing them. And it's just shit. Start confronting people about that, dude. Stop being scared. They're like killing us. They've been doing that to like fucking everyone and shit. It's like nothing. I see it all the time, like on TV, right? Maybe it doesn't happen at all. Because like I said, can't believe what I don't see. But according to the storyline, they've been doing that to everyone else. And now They're just doing it to this nation and shit. Fucking, I think they did a lot more than COVID. I mean, they were like behind BLM, and they were fucking, they're like obviously behind Trump. They're trying to like direct these groups at each other and shit. They're behind the internet takeover. Like it's kind of like Brendan O'Connell talks about, like Operation Talpiot, where they talk about they control all the electronics and shit. Like, well, yeah, they are Mark Zuckerberg. They are Brennan Page and Wachowski or whatever of Google. Yeah, they control that shit. Fucking, and everything all of a sudden changed. And they put up these fucking 5G towers. I'm not sure if that's just to increase this mind control we already have in front of us or what. I think it is. It's to better track people and shit. I mean, definitely they're gonna, like, they're already using it. They've already got shit installed on my phone fucking to track me and shit for my health and safety. Because I'm in such, like, you know, in such dire conditions. I'm about to die. I need medical or help. I've fallen and I can't get up. They just closed a lot of fucking doors, not just your own doors, and locked you in your house. They closed the internet down. The internet is not free. People are talking about they're taking everything online. You're jumping into the most controlled thing I've never seen before. This internet is more controlled than everything else before. I've watched them lock it down. It probably always was slightly on lockdown. But, I mean, fucking, is anyone even talking to that? Like, they really have altered the internet this year. Like, there's so much shit missing on the internet. And I even made, like, videos and comments about, I think they like altered some shit, like, and tested on me because they someone sent me some keywords and shit to search, some shit they shouldn't have sent me, and like those keywords brought up some other shit, but that shit didn't pop up for me. So either I was being protected by these ancient ghosts or whatever it is that follow me. Fucking whatever it is they are, whatever it is I am that's providing or whatever, fucking, I didn't access anymore. But then I realized, like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I wasn't being protected. Maybe I was being tested to see if I was locked out and put on a special internet. And I have no doubt these upgrades to the towers can do shit like that. And I mean, they probably could have in the first place. It just, now they can hide the slowdown because I can feel technology and shit. Fucking, I'm gonna close this though, but I mean, I can't even fucking think of what all they control that they're now shutting down. They shut that. What have you guys seen? They shut down, like, the internet, the searches, everything have been extremely altered. They own the Wayback Machine. I noticed they had started removing shit from there. And, man, what are they up to? They're up to some shit. I think people know that too. And we gotta do something about it. We gotta fucking come together and try to stop them, because if we don't, this doesn't look too safe. Like, it doesn't feel safe. This place, this country felt hostile before. It's very hostile now. Fucking, anyways, I'm gonna close this video so I can maybe get some food. Fucking, just think of that, man. This all could be very well because we went after Epstein. They decided to move forward with such fucking great speed and shit. And it wasn't really we decided to go after Epstein. It was some cops accidentally fucking were running a fucking bust on him. They got on to it. They didn't know who they're messing with because no one talks of it, so no one tells you not to mess with it. They got some other words for you if you talk of it. They got hate words. They hate. But I'm gonna close this down. Fucking, you guys be on the watch out for these people out here misleading everyone, because I'm not sure who it is. If I mean connected to the real internet for the most part, fucking, I don't know, dude. My channel's very limited considering fucking, like, I've got a lot of videos, but I watch it through other, I'm not complaining, I'm not famous and shit. Fucking, if people like openly followed me, they would be targets anyways. Fucking, so that's like protecting them. Even like, see how everything gets turned around towards a good use, fucking towards a positive use. Fucking anyone who fucking like believes 1/10 of what I say, fucking, you don't go around talking about me and shit. I'm sure of that. Fucking, it says in the Bible, no one will talk about Jesus for fear of who knows? For fear of Epstein. Epstein would pull out those fucking pedo videos on the People's Empire back in the day. Fucking be like, remember this time you fucked a kid? Quit talking about Jesus. See ya.